Welcome back, everyone. That was funny, wasn't it?
Yeah.
No one can deny that the face of business is changing. Part of that has to do with technology, and of course, part of that has to do with the economy. So, right here in Saratoga, there's a wonderful experiment that's proving to be very successful. It's called the HUB. And you might ask yourself what the HUB is, and that's why this lady has joined me today. This is Elizabeth Burke, who is the coordination manager, or as we like to say, business concierge for the HUB. And first, welcome, Beth.
Thank you.
Great to have you here.
Jesse.
Beth and I see each other every day in the parking lot, in the lobby, out there in the park. So at any rate, Beth, let's tell our viewers what the HUB is. What's this concept with the HUB?
Well, the HUB is quite simply private executive offices with shared amenities. And what that means is...
so someone gets to, say you want to start a business.
Correct.
Okay.
Right.
But let's face it, you're not ready to pay the rent on Broadway in Saratoga, Glen Street in Glens Falls. So,
Absolutely.
What happens?
Well, what they do is, what people need from me is a space where they can have an office in a prime location with beautiful appointments. So,
yes, right.
What we can provide for them is a private office in a shared environment. And what that means is they come up and see me, say, I need a membership, I need an office for a day, or a week, or a month, maybe it's a year. And then we show them what we have available, and then and what we can provide, the amenities that we can provide for them.
Right, now I've got the inside track on this, of course, because we're in the same building. So I've seen them renovate this space and how beautifully you've done it. One of the key words you said I want to cycle back on is private space. You hear about some of these incubator companies and they start up and whatever, and these shared spaces don't allow someone the privacy they might need.
That's correct. The idea came up about a little over a year ago. We fashioned the HUB after a company in New York City called WeWorks.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Which is a walk-in, put your bag down, just start to work at tables and whatnot. We found out very quickly that isn't what Saratoga wanted. The people here want privacy, so they want their own space where they can lock the door, leave their things overnight, maybe not work at home, but come from home and work here. That's very important to the residents or the members here in Saratoga.
And you know what I've noticed is that I've seen everything from potato chip company to a design company to lawyers, right, who are looking for either satellite office space or as a primary office space because they just don't want to work at home. They want the space outside of the home.
That's correct, and that term is teleworker.
Yes.
A teleworker is somebody that the company provides them a stipend or amount of money to work from their home. They find out very quickly that that's isolating and not what they want. They need that interaction with other people. One of the biggest things that we can provide at the HUB are meaningful connections, whether that's a business or a personal interaction with me or with other members of the HUB. It's very important. I think we're social people and need that. So.
Oh, we surely are. You know, and there's a whole, you know, if you're an entrepreneur, and boy, you know it and I know it. It's wonderful to have the interaction with other people who may be facing the same challenges that you're facing, and also the opportunity to network.
Absolutely. Or they have little children at home, or the dog's barking, and that's kind of hard on a conference call. So,
How do you explain that? You mean to the head of marketing?
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
Right. You said shared services. Give us an idea what that is.
Not only do you have the services of a business concierge as myself, which provides lobby greeters, receptionists, where I can answer the phone, do bookkeeping work if needed. Those are add-on services that we actually charge extra for. But what's included are your utilities, your print copy, scanning, fax functions.
Wow, that's great.
You have Wi-Fi, internet, a Saratoga mailing address. We have a whole slew of virtual office packages for somebody who's just starting out, which really kind of brings you back to the incubator space. Start with a mailing address, add a phone, put in an office, add an employee. Next thing you know, you've outgrown the space, which is fine. We have other buildings within the area that we can kind of put you into if you're successful and you grow and get larger. And then we have those that get large and want to come down and be small.
Yeah, sure.
So they're putting that private office they've rented for 10 years away, and they say, Beth, how can we how can we have an office here where we don't need the staff or the storage and things like that. So.
Right, and don't underestimate the fact that you've got a kitchen.
Yeah,
and
kitchen.
You've got a beautiful meeting room upstairs.
We do.
I've
We have
noticed
three,
also.
actually.
Yeah,
We
okay.
have 3 well-appointed conference rooms. One is a boardroom style. One is one that you would have meetings with maybe a conference call, or you need a computer or a TV to hook into, Skype.
Yes.
And then we have a small intimate space which has some lounge chairs and a smaller table, good for a smaller group. Right now we have a divorce mediator that comes in a couple times a week. He doesn't have an office. He just pays as he goes, and it seems to work really well for him.
And what do? You fix the holes in the walls after the marriage mediator leaves? Is that
Amicable mediator.
I see. Okay.
We screen our tenants.
So there's a happy ending once in a
It
while?
is.
Oh,
Not
no.
everybody can get in.
Note to
so.
self.
Absolutely.
Maybe it has something to do with the space.
Right,
Beth, thank
absolutely.
you so much for coming in. This is something that we wanted to do for a while. This particular one is the hub in Saratoga, but there's also a hub opening up in Glens Falls,
Correct.
because you're seeing the need up there as well,
that's
right?
the hub at 126 Glen Street. We just
Right.
opened last week.
Right.
Really encourage people to look at both places.
Right.
You have reciprocity in both places. So say you have a membership here and you want to meet somebody in Glens Falls, please go look at the Glens Falls place as well.
Well, great, Beth. Thank you very much for taking the time to
Thanks,
come in and
Jesse.
talk about that. And if you want to see this interview again, please head to our website, looktvonline.com, where you can find out all the information about the hub.